We are live. What's going on out there, YouTube? It's SCL0320 representing JVS. I actually got Joe Johnson here with me. We are rolling deep. We have the amazing Amon Snow. We have JOR-ELS Alexandria. And we're about to have a live discussion on Season 2, Episode 8, I believe, Grotesque, for Fear the Walking Dead. And it's been a while. Like, when's the last time we actually all did a discussion on this, y'all? It's been a minute.
I have no idea.
Wow.
Yeah, and I know some of us have had issues kind of with our reactions ever since the fear, the
Fair use.
phrase. Yeah, the fair use. Like 2 of my videos got blocked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a whole nother discussion.
Oh,
Yeah, since we haven't done this in a while, y'all don't know Amon or JOR-EL. Do y'all want to talk about y'all's channels real quick?
Yeah, why not? Well, I represent JOR-ELS Alexandria. Basically, on my channel, it's mostly driven by like TV show, movie reviews, album reviews, which I've been slacking on, and promoting my own art on there as well. So that's about it so far.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, y'all gotta check out his upcoming film too. Yeah. Anyway, Iman, you wanna talk about your channel?
yeah. Hi. So my name is Iman. My channel is Iman Snow, and I also do like reactions to shows and reviews, movie reviews, and skits sometimes. And hopefully there'll be more skits in the future. And so far, that's all I do on the channel for now.
Yeah, she's got a lot more coming. Y'all just don't know. Anyway, all right. Got Joe Johnson with me. Make up JVS. Let's go ahead and just get into this. You know what I'm saying?
Do it.
Use a shout out to the person that's in the chat right now. The Dark Knight 21030. Thanks for coming out. He says he's a big fan. Dude, shout out to you. You're freaking awesome.
Jay.
Let's get into this. All right, everybody. What did we think about Grotesque in general? We can go across the board, and then we'll dissect the episode as best we can. Try to keep it really short. But who wants to go first? I don't know if you should go first. You know what, Amon? I'm going to let you boss.
Me? Or JOR-EL or me?
I think you should go first, Amon, because
Okay.
I kind of feel like it's going to be something else that JOR-EL's going to say.
Okay. Well,
I would agree.
I liked it. I liked the episode. You can't go wrong because it's Nick, and you guys know I already like Frank Delane, so it was all him, and I was happy that
Yeah.
he's a good actor.
Yeah, he is.
It was good. It was a good episode to me.
Yeah, I didn't even know that his dad was Stannis Baratheon from Game of Thrones. I had no idea that was his dad. That freaked me out.
Yeah. It freaks you out.
Wait, I didn't know this. I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Oh, well, fun
Well,
fact.
now that changes everything.
Well, you just kept that up your sleeve there.
All right.
All right, so JOR-EL, what did you think about our episode general, like a general summary for you?
Oh fuck. I mean, to put, I'm not saying it's like the worst episode so far. I'm not even saying that like it's a wholly bad episode, but as an episode and as a mid-season premiere, I thought it was extraordinarily underwhelming. Is probably my shortest thoughts. It was very underwhelming for me personally. Even though I think Nick is probably my favorite character now, I think. It's either that or Daniel. Is that his name? Daniel, the older guy?
Yeah, if he's not dead.
guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, well. But, yeah, that's my short thoughts so far.
All right. What about you, Joe? I know you kind of came in the latter end of it.
I thought it was interesting. I thought it was pretty compelling. Yeah, I think more so it's very interesting. Just kind of see Nick kind of navigate. So, yeah, I thought it was really interesting. Interesting and compelling. Those are 2 words, descriptions I'll probably give it.
Yeah. How do I put this? It kind of felt like a mixture of, man, I don't even know, I don't know. I know I've seen the way that the dynamics of this episode has kind of been made before in other movies. Like I think probably one of the more notable ones, like Into the Wild. I think that the way that they're doing that, if they do that for small groups of them, like one character at a time or two characters at a time, it can progress them better. And I think that that's a good thing in the long run. It's just, it wasn't a lot that actually happened, but at the same time, the flashbacks for me were really good. I think they gave really good insight to stuff that we did not talk about before, namely the dad and how much he played a role in Nick's life and everybody else in general. I was curious to think, like, from looking at the first episode and then looking at this episode, the flashbacks in this one specifically that centered around Nick's dynamics with his relationship and rehab and with his mom and with his dad. What did y'all think about the flashbacks in this one? Did you think did it work for y'all?
Oh, well, can I piggyback off that? Shoot,
Yeah.
one thing that really stood out to me that I really liked was how they kind of talked about they readdressed like his girlfriend or his love interest. That's
the
what
first girl that was
yeah,
number
because
zero.
I completely forgot about her in this. I thought it was really, really cool how they put her back in the story and then made her relevant because completely forgot that even happened.
Yeah, I didn't process that either. Iman or Jarrell, y'all got anything to capitalize on the flashbacks or anything?
The flashback. I mean,
It was like 3 of them.
Yeah.
There's 3 different sequences at a time.
I mean, they were mostly centered. I mean, the anchor for the flashbacks was his dad, if I'm not mistaken. But
yeah.
Or him kind of getting psychologically ready to like confront his dad or whatever. It didn't honestly do much for me. I thought it was kind of interesting, but it wasn't like this. You know, it wasn't like, oh my God, we're about to learn why Negan uses a barbed wire bat named Lucille type of thing. Like, it wasn't like this thing that I thought was very memorable, personally, but, I mean, it was a nice touch. I just didn't think it, like, added any substantial depth to the character. It was more like, oh, well, that's, okay, didn't know that. That's kind of how it came across to me. It didn't hold much weight for me, personally, but it wasn't bad, so.
What about you, Iman? What did the flashbacks mean to you, I guess, in regards to Nick?
It's important, I'm sure, because we haven't heard a lot about his dad. So this is kind of the first time we're getting any information on his father. And he was upset because he was always tired or like laying in bed. So to me, I'm thinking, well, was he sick? Did he have cancer? Was it just he was depressed? What was going on? And is that why he became, he went to drugs? Like, I feel like they're going to talk about it more. Like, there's something big about that. That's what I took from it. I mean, I thought they were good scenes. You could see kind of his emotional range. So, that was nice to see.
Yeah.
I think they were important.
Yeah, I think for me, like you said, they've not mentioned the dad at all since episode 1. This is the second season, and they've not even shown a picture of the dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wouldn't just leave that out for no good reason. Because they hadn't showed it for so long, I didn't take in consideration what was Nick's relationship with his dad. I just kind of put him to the side like he was a bad dad or he just wasn't there for them. Like, I didn't even take into consideration that he was in a car accident, a head-on collision car accident. It was interesting symmetry because there was a scene where Nick was walking past. He saw this 2 cars that were smashed together. I thought that was really interesting. But I think the biggest thing for me is it showed how much love he had for his dad and how much, as an anchor, his dad was an influence for him moving forward from his rehabilitation, as well as even the girl. I didn't know she played that much of a weight either, because like first time we see her, she's like turned, she's stoned, and she's dead, So it's like she was one of those ones that were kind of rallying behind him, but she got caught up in the storm from the loss of his dad, and I thought that was really significant for me. It kind of reminded me of Strand when he had that one episode about the relationship that he had, and I think that we're going to get a lot of these kind of flashbacks. It's going to be really interesting to see what Madison how to play the role in what's going on with his dad. Like kind of like you said, was he sick? Was he manic depressive? Like what really brought him to that point? Was he sleeping? We really don't know, but I thought that was really interesting. But I guess moving forward, though, everything that Nick went through, what did y'all think about that? As far as the survival, as far as the things he had to do, what did y'all think? Anybody can go first.
Oh boy. I might as well go first because I'm definitely the odd man out. But you're talking about just like his survival, his man versus wild thing he had going on in the desert.
Yeah, I mean, well, it could have been very much avoided. That lady that kind of put a bat to him, man, look, that bag would have been grabbed. But you go ahead.
Yeah, I got some things. Like first off, I just felt like he made a lot of bizarre choices. For example, like when he slept outside that car and he wakes up to the dogs, it's like, why would you sleep out? Why wouldn't you try to sleep inside of the car or on top of the car? I mean, he's got no water. What if you fell asleep for accidentally 2 hours over or whatever, his body clock had time. You know what I'm saying? Like a walker could have came by, the woman with the bat, when he runs off, why would you literally run away? Like if I was Nick, I would have ran off, maybe about 100 feet, like squatted somewhere, waited, and ran my ass back and tried to ambush her or something like that. Or just fired to death. Was there anything else that stood out? I thought it was really bizarre how when he was walking with the horde and they were firing shots, he was just like, he wasn't afraid. He didn't think, oh, maybe I should crouch down. Like, weird, but I don't know. I just thought he just made a lot of odd choices, to me, personally, anyway. But
yeah. I mean, I guess I'll piggyback off what you said. I think that some of the choices he made were definitely poor. I mean, the biggest poor choice for me was definitely him leaving that water behind. Like, the lady told him straight up, you have enough water to get there. That's it. And he only had a small amount of rations. He knows how to survive because, I mean, he crossed the river getting into an unknown area in pure blood. So I know he can, survive to, but kind of like what you said, like some choices just didn't make sense. Now, I think, though, that sequence when he was with the herd of walkers, I mean, this man was beyond dehydrated. This man, he should have been dead in all accounts. True. And to look forward and seeing people shooting at random walkers, there was no option, in my opinion, to move, duck, or anything because the horde could have got him if he moved too quickly. And then, too, like if he made a movement, they would have aimed at him. So it was like, to me, I saw it as like, this is Nick on G status. I was like, this dude don't care. Like, these people are aiming at him. He's like smiling. And I was like, all right, I love this moment. Like, if you look at my reaction, I was like, that's my dude, Nick. But anyway, that was kind of a little bit my take on what you just said. But what about y'all two? What about the things that Nick has gone through for y'all two?
He almost died like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
In this he's lucky. It was weird because you know how he has like those wings on his, like the blood marks. It looks like angel wings on his back. I don't know if you didn't catch that, but I think in the previous episodes it did show that, like when he was walking away from his mom. And then when he was on top of the car, he actually is about to pray, and then you hear like the horn. So there's like this weird like spiritual thing going on with Nick right now.
Yeah.
And then this question, I was like, okay, is he hallucinating? Okay, so you know how he started hearing the walkers talk to him?
Oh, yeah.
So is he like somehow like finding a language?
I think he was just hallucinating.
Or he's right.
I think that was after the cactus situation. Like,
maybe because he was like, well, he is dehydrated, right? But
I mean,
I was just like, what are they? That would be a new thing. That he
I think he was safely tripping balls for sure.
I think so.
Yeah, it definitely reminded me of Michonne when she was out there with the other walkers, and she was kind of losing it as well. That's what it directly paralleled for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
That's kind of off topic. What about you, Joe? What did you think about it?
I mean, it was pretty wild, to say the least, because I mean, especially a part where after the dogs had gotten eaten, and he went up to like the remains and started picking meat, raw meat after the walkers had already like taking huge chunks out of it. I was just like, Nick, don't eat that, man. Don't do it. But
Savage.
yeah, dude was straight savage, man. I was just like, I don't even know if that's healthy. I'm like, is he gonna turn on this? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, true, because they were eating
Right.
the
Yeah.
walker
So
meat.
I was like, yo, what are you doing? But I mean, and then like that episode, it's just it made him seem like he's actually uh like actually like a walker because he was walking with a limp. His leg got jacked up. We seen him like walk with her hordes before, but this time it was like he was actually like a part of a horde.
Yeah.
Like literally, and it was crazy. He was eating with them, walking with a limp, had the zombie lean. So it was crazy.
Yeah.
I thought it was something we haven't seen before in the Walking Dead franchise. So that I really liked.
Yeah, and I think you're right, even too, Amon. Kind of like this understanding, whether if it's a spiritual understanding or just a realization about the difference in walking with the dead and being dead. Because I think when he started seeing them like talking, and then even when he was like realizing, man, I'm about to die, like he was sitting there praying on top of the car, I feel like he for the first time didn't want to be them. Like all this time, I think he's been trying to find this discovery of like, man, I want to be with them. I want to be like them, And I think that finally he's kind of understanding there's a real difference.
Was that
Any negatives about the episode for y'all? Anything that you thought was just like no bueno, like this is the wrong direction? Because for me, I mean, like I said, man, would have been no way I would have gave that water up, bruh. We would have been fighting all night long. I don't care who is it. I mean, I wouldn't hurt them, but like that water would have been mine. So I don't know. That was one of my bigger negatives about it. And I mean, not just that, nothing really ultimately happened, but it was a lot of discovery for me. But y'all might have had more negatives than me. I'm not sure. What did y'all think as far as negatives in this episode? Man, it got quiet as a mug. Ain't nobody got no negative.
I'll go. Well, I mean, might as well. I mean, I didn't like I said, I didn't hate the episode, but it just I don't know. I just thought it was a very like I like the character, but I just thought it was a very uneventful premiere. Like it didn't really do much to sort of advance the story arc like of the show forward. It was just
True.
felt kind of oddly placed and
For a
weird.
mid-season premiere?
Yeah, like oddly timed, like especially from coming off of the Comic-Con trailer, which I thought was incredible. And I thought the first half of this season has been really lackluster. So I was like, oh man, as soon as this starts, we're about to go, right? And no, instead of starting out with a bang, they sort of start out with a weird whimper where we watch Nick sort of surviving for an hour. I just thought that was weird. Like maybe if it was like maybe like 30 minutes or something, I would have been like, oh, okay, and then we could see what else is going on. But like just this whole episode to Nick, I was just like, damn, this didn't do much to advance the whole story arc forward to me. Yeah. I feel like the only thing to take note of about this whole episode, besides the flashbacks, which I thought were okay, was we find a new community at the end, which is interesting.
Yeah,
but
it is. I don't know who this community is.
It just, I guess, to sum it up, it just felt like filler, like a big filler episode.
Yeah. Anthony Rodriguez, what up, dude? Anybody else on the negative?
Yeah, I got a negative. So there, the scene where Nick, he's in the horde. He's walking along the road, and you see the guys in the Jeep pull up, and they're shooting at the horde, right? So the first guy who gets out, I guess he was like the group leader or whatever, and he's sitting there, he's popping some shots off, and he's hitting some of these walkers in the head, and then you kind of see him. I don't know if he's looking at Nick or whatever, but he's kind of vexed, and he's like,
he saw Nick,
and he kind of stumbles over his bullets. And I was just like, and he didn't like, he let the horde get him, and I was just like, bro, like, you didn't back up at all, like, not at all. And I was just like, that's really unrealistic to me. And I was just like, that's my big gripe. It's just that part was just like, oh man, this isn't good.
Yeah, that's one of those situations. Like, all right, well, if you're in that situation, you see a horde, and you know you only have a limited amount of guns, only 3 of y'all. Eventually, you're gonna run, unless you panic and do something stupid, which we've seen that. But yeah,
right. And like, if Nick was the thing that was, or the person that was vexing him, or kind of getting him off his I don't know, off his rock or whatever, like I would think he would have taken a shot at him first, you know. But I don't know. I was just like, that part for me is very unrealistic.
What about you, Amon? What negatives for you on this episode?
I mean, God, I think the only negative would probably be because it's like it's a mid-season opener.
Yeah.
So I do agree it was a little underwhelming. I do agree with that. Like, it wasn't a big bang of things. And I think, again, that has to do with the writing of the show and the characters, because no one except me cares about Nick in the whole world. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm literally the only one that's like, Nick, this is an awesome episode, but it's only because I'm biased, you know. But it's like, it's hard because it's not like we're getting an actual Michonne, because this whole episode was like this thing of, it's him finding out like he was gonna die, then he walks with the dead, then he is a part of the dead, and then he wakes up and he has that spiritual moment, and then now he's in a community. It was supposed to be a big thing, but maybe it didn't hit everyone the way it should have hit everybody. And again, it's just because we don't have the same following as The Walking Dead. They just don't have it yet. It wasn't a bad episode, but I do agree that maybe something could have happened that was maybe a little bit bigger. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I mean, I think we can all say that Nick is our favorite character. You're not alone in mine. Like,
I know,
Nick
but I like him in a different way than you guys. So.
Yeah, no, we don't.
Right.
I don't swing that way.
Nah. But the dude is cool. The dude is cool.
But no, I agree. This is the thing that I think about. I think about, like, the road to Terminus. You know what I'm saying? Like, those episodes that were kind of more singular, that had, like, maybe Daryl by himself, and then he meet up with the biker gang, and then it eventually shows, like, Michonne, Rick, and how it all ties together. Like, they have the ability of capitalizing that because there's so many characters that we're already invested in. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they would have added, in this episode at the end, that Daniel was alive somewhere, or like there's another story arc, probably people would have catered to it more. But there's been plenty of Walking Dead episodes. It's just been one person, and it can become uneventful if your expectation is that you're going to see a little bit more with the group and the progression of the story versus one person. But where I learned is that Morgan episode that was Morgan by himself. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't seen this man in years. That was one of the best episodes because. One, I wasn't anticipating much coming off of the last episode, but then I could have left it to that. But I was able to really receive what they were trying to articulate to this character moving forward. And I think that, for me, I think that's the reason why I like this episode with Nick, because there are things I needed to know. Why is Nick doing what he's doing? Because out of everybody in the season finale, I mean, well, the mid-season finale, he didn't make the most sense to me. I was like, what is he doing? Why is he going out on his own? He's not gonna make it, you know. And I really understand him more coming from this episode. I think that's the thing that a lot of people are not gonna get because they're not looking for that. They're looking for, you know, something moving forward with everyone. So I feel you, man, and everybody on that note. So I guess to end this off, well, what is your score? And then what are we looking forward to more of? That's what we'll leave off on.
I gave this, well,
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think I gave this episode 7 or 7.5. I can't remember. It was one of the two.
I think you gave it a 7.
I think I gave it 7 too. So I gave it 7. What I look forward to seeing is shoot, I don't know, man. To be honest with you, I want to see. Oh man, I seen with the trailer for I think what's coming up in this what's coming up is like I saw a strand with like a wound in his side, so I want to know what happens to him. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Anybody else score?
As far as the score, I'm not that far off. I mean, I wrestled between a 5 or a 6, but I'm probably gonna give the episode a 6. I thought it was interesting. I just thought it was kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
What is there anything else? What we're looking forward to? I honestly don't know, just because the first half of this season was kind of lackluster for me. So I just hope to be genuinely surprised in a positive way from the narrative side of the season going forward. That's like really the only thing I'm looking for. Also, like seriously with the whole water thing, when she was like telling them to get out, I would have been like, oh God, you ain't about it, let's go. That's what I would have been going nowhere. Ain't nowhere to go. Like I would have stayed. Me and her would have fought till dawn or some shit. But
yeah,
I think that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Amon?
I gave it an 8 out of 10. I liked the episode. I don't know. I understood it. It made sense to me, and again, I like Nick's character, so it just was good to see that. Moving forward, I want to see more of Madison's backstory. I'm hoping she's killed someone. I mean, I know that sounds very crazy. Hold on.
Holy crap.
Pause to like we want to hear the explanation of why.
I know. Yeah. I always do that. I always say something really crazy and then it comes out and I don't know how to like stop it from sounding weird. No, just because I feel like she's done some stuff. And I feel like that'll be the surprise that JOR-EL needs to happen.
It all comes crumbling.
Her murder someone. The first thing that came to mind was just like Madison just like busting a cap in someone at like a baseball. You know, and she gets carried away and fucking handcuffed.
That would be cool.
That would be. Not the most morally, but that would be interesting. I'd be like, oh shit.
I can see her like yeah, I can see her doing that, then kind of like standing over her body and just like just mugging the body. Like,
yeah.
I could see her on some John Q type of shit. I could imagine that.
I actually could see that too, and that's the funny thing about Madison. I think out of everybody on the show, she understands what Nick is capable of. I think that's why she worries about him so much. She had this one conversation, I think, the Strand. She was like, you don't know what he's truly capable of because of the hurt that he has. Or something that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? So if she says something about Nick, then she has to have the same thing in her to some fault. So I'm real curious about Madison, too. I gave the episode 8 out of 10. I actually enjoyed it. I wanted to give it something higher, but it wasn't as eventful as it could have been. But I think the progression of the rest of the season, just looking at the trailers alone, it's going to be a lot of stuff go down. There's still a huge mystery about what happened to Daniel. We don't know where the group is going to go moving forward. And I think that to me, is the most interesting thing. Like, normally with The Walking Dead, we know where they're moving forward to because we've got, like, you know, the source material to go by. Like, we know it's Terminus, then we know it's going to this group, then we know it's Negan, you know. And with this, anything can happen. At the end of the season, like, we have no clue who could die, where they're going to go, and if they do the characters right and justice and spend some time with them, like loving on them so that we can love them, then I think that they can have something really special coming into a third season. But if they drop the ball, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't know. They're already renewed for a third season. It's just the fan base needs to be there for that to be maintained in the long run. Like, people in the chat right now are like, are y'all ready for season 7? Are y'all going to be doing discussion for season 7? I already told them, like, yeah, we are in there, you know? So, I mean, people are already thinking forward to October, and that tells you something that they are not focused on some of the things that could happen with this. And I think what will end up doing the tide will be a crossover. Some character from what we know crossing over to this. I think that would be the nip in the head for this show moving forward, but we'll see. I don't know. I like the episode, though.
I thought you meant the season 7 of Fear the Walking Dead for a second, and I was like,
nah,
hey,
Walking Dead.
whoever said that shit's got some, I don't know what the actor's name is, but they got Nick's posters all over the walls.
It was me in the chat.
Man.
Oh my God! What in the world? Why is Peter Dinklage in this? Peter Dinklage came in talking about this show is some crap, so 1 out of 10. And I'm gonna put you on blast in the game. And you ain't seen this episode yet. I'm be sitting there spreading hate.
Who said that?
Senna was like, I give it a 1 out of 10.
Oh,
And then Jane ain't even seen the episode yet.
He said that shit?
Yeah, I'm coming for you, Brett. Come up here next time. Next week you coming up here.
That's disrespectful, my skin ass.
But anyway, well, it's like 14 people viewing right now. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Leave a like below. If you have, definitely go and subscribe to everyone. I'm on Snow, JOR-ELS Alexandria, and we shall be back. Hopefully next week is. Do we want to settle on Wednesday? Is that easier for everybody, or do we want to do Mondays? Whatever works for y'all.
Shoot. Hey, bro. You already know it is for me, man.
Yeah, it's a hit or miss, man.
Hit or miss.
Devon, JOR-EL, what are y'all thinking? Monday or Wednesday?
Wednesdays might be easier for me, but I just don't know about everybody else.
Okay.
So.
Dang, let the ball on JOR-EL.
I don't know. It's just difficult to say because it's just difficult to say. Dang. I don't know. We'll just see. I don't know. We'll play it by ear.
Oh snap, man! You know what? I'm about to say JOR-EL's about to quit the show, y'all. I'm calling it.
I'm not quitting the show. Okay. They just need to bring the heat, man.
Yeah, I think, like I said, man, I think that they have the capability of doing it. Just from listening to the actors talk about what their craft is, you know what I'm saying? I think that they can do it. Just weird heads up. Like, is that your emblem from your magic that's coming up, JOR-EL? That's your T-shirt?
It is.
Holy crap, that's dope.
Yeah. Good old horse.
Dude, we got to talk about that later. Anyway, we are about to leave everybody. Leave your comments below. Any questions you have moving forward to next week, maybe we can answer them in the beginning of the open discussion. Wanted to try to change things up and make it more involved for y'all. And peace, everybody. Woo.